Hey, good morning, Facebook. It is December 22nd, I believe, Wednesday before the big holiday on Saturday, if you celebrate Christmas. Welcome to the Great Resignation. You just get me today. Liz is off working with clients, and but we're committed to keep this coming to you through tomorrow, and then it'll be sporadic next week, and then we'll get back into it full-time again in January. But today I was thinking about with regard to the Great Resignation. So Liz and I have been talking to you about if you're thinking about making a big change, what do you need to be thinking about? We've been bringing some experts on to talk about what their experience has been when they made a big jump or the services that they provide when it comes to making a big move. And today I'm really in kind of a reflection mode. So we may not be here as long, but it's important to be thinking about, we talk all the time about what is it that you want. And quite often we're so busy focusing on what we don't like and what we don't want from the job that we're currently in, or the role that we play within the company if we own the company, or we think the grass is going to be greener on the other side. And, a lot of times the grass can be greener on the other side. It just kind of depends on which way the sun is shining on that day, right? But I think what's important to think about is what is working in your life and what is working in your job as it relates to your life before you make a big move. It's so important to consider so many things before you just up and jump. Unless you're a maverick like me and you're going to land on your feet, or you're an alchemist and somehow things work out for you, even though you don't have any idea how. But for most of us, we need to think a little bit before we make a big jump. And as Liz and I always say, we're here for you if you're considering it, or if you've made the jump and now you need some support, because there are some things that you may not know how to do as regards building out the next phase of your life. But I wanted to take a few moments to reflect on what does work in your life right now. We happen to be, on Friday, we were out with some friends, and it turns out that she has COVID. Now, her husband still keeps testing negative, but she's tested positive for Omicron, which is like, oh, okay. Coming into the holiday season, it seems like we're going through this again. So we took our tests yesterday, found out that we were negative. Yay. And then we're planning to take another test tonight, just to make sure, because you just don't know when someone's contagious or not. So then we found out that another member of the family that we had dinner with on Saturday night is now positive for COVID. So now that's two big exposures, Friday and Saturday. And so going into Christmas, there's lots of conversation about now what do we do? Like now, what do we do? And how do we make it work? And how do we have it be a good holiday? And this is not going to be something unusual that you would deal with when you start a new company or a new business. There's going to be a lot of curveballs, and how do you deal with certain things with regard to the family that you already had systems in place for? We've not always had systems in place for COVID. No, nobody in my family really has had it. So we've been very lucky, knock on wood. Can you hear me knocking on wood somewhere? But we're really grateful that we actually have the ability to think about it, right? That we can make plans, that we can change our plans, that we can work on alternative plans if this one doesn't work out. Yeah, we have some people that are coming into town. We're letting them know what's happening so that they can make decisions. But overall, we're really grateful for our health. We've learned that another member of the family, or someone who is in the world of our family, not a member of the family, may have cancer discovered in the last couple of days. I'm really grateful that I have my health the way that I have my health. I'm really grateful. I feel bad for the people in Kentucky who are in the cold. They don't have homes. They might be up against the virus as well. And I'm really grateful for the fact that even if I lost my house, I would have enough people around me to support me should anything go wrong. So you want to start to think about what are you grateful for? What is really working in your life right now? Health insurance. If you already have great health insurance, if you already have really great health insurance and you know that people in your family tend to get sick, or there's the possibility that someone could get sick. Are you guys going to be covered? So be grateful for the health insurance that you have. And you can allow this gratitude list to help inform what you need moving forward. Because like I said before, we're often so focused on what we don't like about where we're currently, earning our income, that we get focused on changing that. But you want to also make sure that you're able to have the things in your life that are currently working, because quite often when you make a jump, a lot of things get interrupted. So start on a gratitude list. Do you, do you have a place that is there something about a day that you like? Like right now, it's bright and sunny here in Cincinnati. So is it important that, can you be grateful for a window that gives you sunlight? And is that an important thing to take with you forward? Are you grateful for the car that gets you around? Are you grateful for the credit card that allowed you to buy, the last minute shopping gifts? One of the things I'm grateful for, so it was my sister's birthday this past weekend. So I bought her a bunch of flowers. This is one of the small bits of flowers that were in the big bouquet. I'm really grateful to be able to buy flowers and to decorate my space in a way that works for me. I really appreciate the flexibility of having my own business in many ways. But I also love being able to interact with other people on a regular basis in a more solid office, like a co-working space or an official business. So start to be grateful. Really take the time to make the list of things that you're grateful for and dig deep on this list. My friend, Noah, I am going to put his information into the chat. He actually runs a gratitude group, and they work together on a regular basis to really dig deep on what are you grateful for, because the more grateful for you, the more you can see what's working and what you're grateful for, even the littlest things, like the bird feeder. You know how many times I've worked with the local Wild Birds Unlimited shop to try to find a bird feeder that works from this window, which is up really high from the ground, and that works so that I don't have squirrels climbing all over my windows or climbing in spaces where they shouldn't. Because being able to see the birds and hear the birds is really important. And on the days that I can't hear the birds, I have my Alexa, and I can have her play some bird sounds. So what are the things that are important? What are the things that you're grateful for? What are the things that that you rely on right now? I was somewhere recently where we had to get a key. I was at the library, and we were working way up. We were upstairs in a far back corner, and I had to go to the bathroom. Sounds really silly, but so find out where the bathroom is. I go and I trundle down a couple of flights of stairs, get to the bathroom. It's locked. So I have to go back upstairs. I have to find the librarian to get the key, go all the way back downstairs again to go to the bathroom. Well, here in my home office, it's 12 steps away, right? So are you grateful for the ability to get to a bathroom quickly if you need it? It sounds really silly, but you want to really dig. What are the things in your everyday life that are really important? What are the things that that are important, that you're grateful for, that make you happy, that make your life workable? I can't stress that enough. And I think that as you're thinking through this whole Great Resignation process or making any sort of a pivot, you need to make sure that your yellow brick road or your pathway to the future is littered with these kinds of important details. It's the kind of details that are critical for you to be successful. If you know that you can't work in a windowless office, or that you actually don't know how to work in a cubicle, or you don't have an extra bedroom in your house for your new business, where are you going to work? You can work in the living room for a while, but after a while, that's going to be a problem. It's just not going to get you what you need. So start to make those lists now. Use this time over Christmas to be grateful for everything, for your ability to get on a plane if you needed to or wanted to, if there wasn't some silly Omicron virus going around that now we're all trying to deal with. What is it that you're happy for? So health, your house, the lights, the electricity, the gas, your car. Who are all of your friends that you get to see right now? Friends that you want to go see, the sunshine, a window where you're working, a desk that works for you. I have a stand-up desk, so I can make it go up, I can make it go down. I got a chair that goes with it. those are all really important for me to be able to work efficiently and effectively. Having the kitchen close by, but not too close. Are you gonna have to go out to lunch every day? Or do you appreciate being able to get lunch from the kitchen without having to pack something every day? So the bottom line is, think about everything that you could be grateful for. And I'd scroll through the news, look at all the people who are like front and center, getting their life torn apart by the newspapers, and be grateful that your life is still a little bit undercover, right? That you don't have a lot of people knocking on your door, paparazzi that are interrupting you. Look at your Facebook, see all of the great things that are happening on Facebook, and think about how many friends comment on your stuff if that's important to you, and you want to be able to stay in touch with all of those people. Anyway, it's all about making a list and looking at what you're grateful for, and also look at what you're grateful for about the people that are around you, because if you make a big shift, there are things that are going to impact their lives, right? And even if you just change jobs within the current company, if you go to a new company or you start a new business, there's going to be a lot of things that they provide for you now. And you want to make sure that they are in line, in alignment, agree with, they bought into whatever it is you want to do, go next, and that they're still willing to provide that thing that they provide for you right now, whether maybe it's breakfast in bed, or maybe they do the laundry, or they walk the dog for you, or something like that. So you want to start to think about all of those things that you're grateful for. And that is what I want to leave you with, because it's so critical to make sure that you carry forward with you the things that are important in any new adventure, or at least find alternative ways to make them happen. So if you need some support in that, give us a shout, give me a shout. I've got the scheduler up at shimula.square.site. Schedule some time with us. We can talk about mind mapping. We can talk about what are you grateful for. I can get you introduced to Noah, who's masterful at the whole gratitude thing. We have a lot of people in our community. Carol can help you with a lot of energy work, with a lot of, she gets downloads from the universe. She's really fabulous at that. We have wealth advisors in our community. We have accountants in our community. Whatever you might need, let us help you connect to what you might need so that you have the most perfect yellow brick road going into the new year. And thanks so much, and we will see you again tomorrow.